I was going through Instagram last night, the explore page or whatever, just looking up random things, and I went to a post that I thought was funny. It was a random meme. I was reading the comments, and I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about if you have Instagram or something, but I saw someone in the comments from that little picture. I'm like, man, she don't look that bad. Yeah, she don't look too bad. Let me see what's going on here. Let me check this person's profile. I go to her profile, and man, I can't tell you how many times I seen a really pretty face. Then I proceed to see a fans link in the bio. And it makes me kind of depressed because sometimes I look at these pages and I'm thinking to myself, why? She's so pretty. Why you gotta bust it open on the internet though? Like, I don't understand. But she looks happy, right? You got to ask yourself that too. Like, she looks happy, right? Like, ask yourself that when you see these people, selling her body online on the internet. I mean, I feel like my attraction to whoever I'm looking at just went down a million points. And to them, who cares how I personally feel, right? I'm sure there's a bunch of people who don't care about that and still find someone ultimately attractive. You ever see someone really pretty on social media, but they're doing fans or something wild on Twitter, and you just be feeling bad for them? Not in the boo-hoo type of way, like you don't feel bad for them in that way, but in the way of like, man, this is low-key sad, bruh. You see what she's doing online? She's so pretty, like, why is she, like, this is sad. And depending on the person you are, you be thinking you can save her or something. You can't save her. It's over. Let me tell you why. All of us watching or listening to this episode of the Aqua Anime, hear me out, right? We are all going through our own struggles. A lot of us are going to school, working, or trying to get a better job or career, or maybe start a business, and you're not there yet. You might be putting groceries away, working at a fast food joint, and a job that doesn't pay well, but you know what? In a few years, hopefully, or maybe even 10 to 20 years later, you might have a kid one day. You're a father or mother now. And you know what you will tell your child one day? When I was broke and I was struggling to make money, son or daughter, I was shelving product at the store. I was serving tables. I was bagging groceries to help sustain my life, whatever the job is. That's going to teach your child that everyone's got to go through the mud to get it. Now, what if your wife turns around and says, when I was broke, I busted it open online and sold my body for $9.99 a month on a website? You know how crazy that sounds? Like, you see how different that sounds in comparison to what I'm just talking about, what I was doing? And maybe just don't tell your child that, right? You might just say that. Well, then don't just tell, you're not going to tell your child you were busting open, right? And then they're going to wonder one day what mommy really did when she was grinding things out. Because you're going to think about you. All of us have parents, right? You do think about, I wonder what my mom or dad did when they were my age, when they were grinding out and they were struggling, right? You get very curious as a child. And like, I don't even know as a parent how you can even keep a secret like that and not be shameful. But who cares? Because she looks happy, right? I'm looking at these pictures. I mean, she looks happy. She posting bathing pictures online. She look happy. I mean, who am I to say if you're truly happy and not actually dead on the inside? I mean, when you're a parent, you want to tell stories to your children of your mistakes. Why? Because how do children learn? From mistakes. Not even children, we still learn from mistakes. Especially if you look up to someone like role models. You see they're imperfect, you feel that's relatable. And it's supposed to be your parents, your first role models. You got to be honest, transparent, and show that you started from the bottom at one point, where the things you had to do to make money, even if the job sucks and pays little, is completely normal. And I'm saying that right now to all of y'all, if you feel that way. Somebody was talking to me a few weeks ago, like they hate their job. They bag groceries at like Whole Foods or something. I say Whole Foods or something. They say they hate their job. Listen, you all gotta go through it. It's okay, man. It's okay. Don't complain about it like that. It's all good. But you learn a different lesson though. If your journey is you going online and having people pay an expense per month to soullessly give yourself away to a bunch of people who objectify you, and they wouldn't genuinely care about you if you weren't doing this. Don't get delusional now. Don't for real, don't blow your head up here thinking that they care about you because of some other things. They looking at you as something, as an object in a sense. That's why they're paying for it, because you're a product to them. I've seen the argument where, and don't Listen, I feel this is so stupid. People be like, yeah, well, I'm just doing it right now. I got my fans and I'm on Twitter doing this wild stuff because I need some extra money right now. I'm in a really rough situation. Life is hard right now and blah, I got to do what I got to do because I got to pay my rent and, this and that. But I'm going to delete it later when I have my life together. Sounds interesting, right? Sounds like, yeah, you sound like you do that. Okay, but here's why this is illogical. You are running a business of selling your body. How do you run a business? You market because you are the product. You want more people to subscribe, more and more, and that's more payment for you, right? Because you're trying to get paid here. That's why it's a business. You're marketing, you get paid. You're selling something. But what this argument fails to consider is that people don't let go of this stuff. There are websites dedicated to permanently leaking, doxing, and stalking girls who are doing this. You ever been on 4chan? Go to B, go to GIF, go to R9K, and there are other Chan websites there are threads dedicated to people who even quit selling their body, who don't even go online anymore. These people disappeared like 10 years ago. People still make threads dedicated to them. Even people just completely disappeared off the face of the earth. Sometimes you go to a random thread on 4chan or something, or another Chan site, and you see girls who completely disappeared off the internet being posted, and people just randomly discussing, yo, I haven't seen that girl in a long time. What's her name again? And people be like, oh yeah, she did this. She's here right now. Like they're discussing where she's at right now. And then we talk about her private Facebook or Instagram accounts. Yeah. I see she's doing this now on her private Facebook account. I'm not going to link it. Right? Like, yo, what? Like you leak, like how you find her private Facebook? You know why? Because people be doxing this whole time. You got these people will stalk others until the end of time. Even if you delete everything off of social media, your face, pictures, docs, and other things will linger on these websites of you busting it open. God forbid you decide to get a job and your employer Googles your name and finds your dumped images that stuck on a bunch of websites that never got taken down because these websites don't comply to a lot of these DMCA complaints or whatever. You try to put some copyright thing on your page. These websites don't be caring about that. They're from like some European country or something like that. They don't be caring. They don't follow these US laws. And listen, they never get taken down. I wonder how they're going to feel about the employer because people will judge. Forget the job. Let's say the employer's not going to do that for you, right? Who cares? Let's go back. What if in those 10 to 20 years later, like I mentioned, your son or daughter Googles your name and they find out, oh, my mom was busting open on the internet for $7. And worst case, they'll see them pictures too. Shraggy? Man, that would scar. That would scar. Yo, the level of shame and embarrassment cannot be resolved. That's going to permanently traumatize a child. We live in a society as well where stalkers have easy access to many different platforms. If somebody knows your name from work or school, and they'll just find your pictures and videos. Like, oh yeah, you're in my math class. Oh, some people be doing crazy stuff secretly. They may be quiet in class, but if they get your full name, then you be busting over, they'll find you. And now you got a coworker or a classmate who is low-key stalking your old leak images. Or maybe they're stalking you now while you're doing that. And worst case, if someone blackmails you or emails it to a bunch of classmates or coworkers or does something malicious to you, because these stalkers love crashing out. They love crashing out on people who don't give them the attention that they want and the needs that they have. And you'll be like, see, like this, I'll just delete it later and when my life is together. Nah, that's not gonna work. In 2024, rather, it's been like this since the early 2000s. Maybe even the 1990s, like, you know what I'm saying? Once that stuff is on the internet, it's forever on the internet. Is this all worth it? But she looks happy, right? Is there a reason to care? Is there a reason to care about this? I see some people trying to save these people. They're still people, right? I understand why. They're human at the end of the day. I know people be looking at them as an object and as a product, but they're still human. let's not completely dehumanize, or even, why even completely? How about we just don't dehumanize? But this choice can be very destructive in the future, even if you make yourself out to be a lover. I'll tell you from my personal feelings. I'd be like, me dating somebody so open like that, because I'm very, if I'm dating someone, I want someone to myself. I don't want to share, but I would automatically have to share because I feel something that is personally mine and commitment, somebody can just pay $10 and get a whole catalog of her. It doesn't make it feel special anymore. I thought being in a committed relationship meant you gave each other private and personal access that only you two would share. That's one of the many important things to what makes having each other special. Everyone is wearing the same Nikes and Jordans. It's not even special anymore. It's like everyone got access to it or can afford it or get it. Then you get the Jordans and you get the Nikes. And you're like, man, everyone was already rocking this. This doesn't even feel right. It ain't special anymore. Nobody gonna look at me like it's special. Everyone got this already. I'm just like everybody else. I'm just the next person. I'm one of many. That can really destroy someone's insecurity when it comes to relationships. But I ask again, who cares, right? It's not my life. It's not my life. I'm not going to control somebody like that. If someone is happy, then let them be happy. I'm just sharing that oftentimes the fact she looks happy or seems happy, it makes me feel very sad. Very sad because of everything I mentioned. I mean, I could keep going on and on about the evident consequences, but a lot of us don't like giving up temporary happiness for long-term peace of mind. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Close my eyes too long, and it's time to say goodbye. Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's